Token Metrics is a cryptocurrency investment platform that helps users leverage machine learning to become better crypto investors. Our in-depth analysis helps eliminate the emotions of investing, find profitable investment opportunities, and filters out scams. Learn more at tokenmetrics.com.
We are live. Welcome to the Market Update. I'm your host, Bill Noble. This show is brought to you by tokenmetrics.com. If you need a roadmap in crypto and you need to get away from the bear, subscribe to this channel and turn on alerts. And of course, if you like the content, even if you're miserable, please smash that like button and help us out so we can help you out. All right. So, yes, this market is a dumpster fire. Why? Because they fed the bear yesterday with that spectacular rally. So, we will do today, we will continue. It's almost like a bear market educational series combined with GTFO for the big coins and continuing with our new altcoin overtime where we're using Token Metrics AI to find small coins so you can make money in crypto regardless of what's happening. All right, so let's welcome everybody on the stream. Raymond, right? Hi, first on the stream. Flipped Burger. Much love to you. Aiken with the notorious love. Thank you. All right. Crystal, Emmanuel, Bull Runner, Tyson, South Carolina in the house. Right? Right. Emmanuel, hi. Okay. Driftless Crypto needs some help. Okay. Okay. Roto. Okay. Poland is here. Right? Like button from Kentucky. Thank you. Trinidad. Right? And Tobago. India up late at night. All right. Angel, how you doing? We have the Netherlands, Portugal, Madrid, Switzerland, London, right? And somebody's been here since 2020 and is here to stay. We appreciate that. Okay. The UK, Belgium, London. Okay. Good evening to our friends in Europe. All right. Driftless wants to talk about entry points. Okay, I get that, okay, but I think the better conversation is exit points. Then we can talk about entry points, and I'm going to go through all this, right? All right, so we also have Chicago, all right? We will take a look at all the coins that we can. So let's rip into your market update. All right. Now, first we had beware the failed rally. Then we had don't feed the bear. Don't feed the bear was so vicious that there was actually somebody who made fun of me in the comments of yesterday's video. And I took it personally because I was like, oh my God, I cannot believe how much this thing went up. Now, later on in the show, we will tell you why people who make money in bear markets have to be the meanest, nastiest people ever, with examples from equities in 2008. All right, back to our lesson. So we had beware the failed rally, don't feed the bear, and today is fear of being short. So at the time this is being released at midday on on April 26th, okay, Bitcoin's down 4%. And after what happened yesterday, I have no doubt that everyone is afraid to be short. Everyone's asking me about, like, where do I buy? And a lot of times, as my father used to say, I will help you find places to buy. But when everyone says, where do I buy? Sell. Everyone is afraid to be short or looking to be long. And this is part of an anatomy of a crash. More on that in a minute. Okay, let's jump into macro. All right. There's everybody on crypto Twitter telling everybody that macro doesn't matter. It does. Okay. So we had the ruble crash. It came back. Okay. Then we had the euro crash. Then we had the yen crash. And what's this? Oh, is this a hack of an altcoin? No, it's the Chinese currency. The currency of every major country in the world is dumping massively. Now, what does that mean? We don't know what that means. Most likely it's because inflation is out of control everywhere, and all the bonds in all these other countries are getting sold. People are going, F this, I'm getting out. I want out of the bonds and out of the currencies, and I'm going to the dollar. People don't realize that when everyone wants the dollar, it's bad. And when everyone goes, I want to dump the dollar and invest overseas, that's usually associated with bull markets. But whatever this is, A, it's not good. B, we don't know what it means, which is really toxic, okay, especially for risky assets. Now, yesterday, when everyone was feeding the bear, they forgot something important. Inflation, interest rates, bad stuff. It's out of control. So here's a very simple anecdote. A National Federation of Independent Businesses survey of 540 business owners showed that 40% of U.S. small businesses intend to raise selling prices by 10% or more. So much for transitory inflation, so much for an 8% inflation rate. Overall, more than 2/3 of the respondents plan to increase prices in the next 3 months. Okay? So this creates inflation. This can create rising inflation expectations, and it's just bad for risky assets, unfortunately, of which crypto is one. Now, here we have the US 30-year bond rate, or I figured this out yesterday. Here's a simple way to tell you what this is. One, the symbol is US 30Y. And two, you can just think of it as the thing that sets the 30-year mortgage rate. Okay. It's like the bond market, and it's a mechanism for setting 30-year mortgage rates. So what do we have here on the chart? We have like this regression band channel thing, which has been working. And we have bond yields breaking down below that. So interest rates actually dropped yesterday. And you're like, well, is this channel going to get broken? Or is this some kind of fake out? Right? Is this a fake out? And is this thing going to turn around and go to 3.25% and scare everybody? Nothing scarier in the interest rate market than US 30Y. That means the Fed's like, oh, well, let's let the bond market handle inflation. Now, let me ask you something from a chart point of view. This little fake out here, have we seen that before? I wonder. Oh, wait, we saw it in the dollar index, right? Remember I told you about bear market people being super meanie, right? The false breakdown in the dollar index, everyone's like, okay, the dollar index is topping. It's over. Let's buy everything. No. The dollar index stops, turns around, and goes parabolic right back to the top end of the range. So if the long bond does that, you're looking at, the long bond rate going from 2.8 to 3.2. And like all these other charts, it's bad. All right. Now, to review, you don't need to take a finance course, and you don't need to buy a book. You need to just watch the last 3 videos, or you need to watch this one. Okay. Part 1 of bear markets. Beware of the failed rally. In ETH, we had 2. They took it up, they took it down, they made a new high, gapped it up, and then dropped it. Then we have don't feed the bear, which is you get these spectacular rallies that make these amazing candlesticks, and there's no follow-through. All the shorts cover, and when when the longs go to sell, there's no one there. because the shorts all bought at the top. They fed the bear. So where's the bid? Well, there isn't any. Now you're like, okay, Bill, well, there's no bid. Okay, then why is the market not down 20%? Well, it's not down 20% because the next stage of a bear market, remember, everyone loses money in the bear market, is the fear of being short. So the market goes down after you have these spectacular rallies and people go, oh no, I'm not going to get short this thing down 4%. I tried that 2 days ago and I got killed. So think about it. Okay. It goes up, everyone gets bullish, it goes down. Then after it goes down, it goes up, everybody buys and they feed the bear. Then it starts to go down and everyone's like, oh, I can't do this. I'm afraid to be short. I'm afraid to be short. I'm afraid to be short. Oh my God, I have to be short. Oh my God, being short is fun. Oh my God, this is so easy. And then you have panic, right? By the time the shorts aren't afraid to be short, there's usually one last major thrust. But like I said, if you're looking for an entry point, you're looking for panic. And we're not at panic yet. We're at fear of being short. We're at part 3 because it's down 5% and everyone's like, oh, okay, well, okay. Everyone's like, all right, I'm not really upset. I don't want to be short. I prefer to buy. I understand we're in crypto. You want to be long crypto. Fiat's falling apart. I get it. But fear of being short is the problem. Now, let's continue our lesson in the anatomy of a bear market. This is S&P. I was in this market trying to chart it from June to July of 2008. Okay, so that was a market where, there was a problem and everybody knew the market was going to go down, and it did. It took a while, but it did. Just like now, inflation's a disaster. It's going to affect risky assets. But everyone thinks that they can just ignore the problem, and that includes the central banks. So how does a market behave? How does a market behave in that environment? Well, let's look at the chart. Let's see. Top left, we have a huge green candle that immediately fails. So every time the chart looked amazing, what you're like, oh my God, look at this green candle. It's turning around. Boom. Bears sell. The guys, the mean guys, they go, oh, you think the chart looks good? Oh, excellent. Let me just sell to all you guys who are feeding the bears. Okay. Green candle. Okay. Roll over. Boom. Here's a nice green reversal up with a failed rally. So they fed the bears and they got a failed rally. Chart looks amazing, right? Boom. Reversal hammer candlestick. Looks great, right? No follow through. Down, 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 down. Every green candle, it gets pounded. Here is September to November at the end of the move. So sometimes you would get 1 or 2 candles on the upside because, this at this point was obvious. This is the Lehman bankruptcy. But look at this right here, right? You had 1, 2, 3 of these fake outs, right? Everyone was afraid to be short. And then that was it. It just waterfalled lower. Okay. I don't want you guys to get caught in that at all. I want you to have capital for when everybody is panicking. Okay. Now, yen volatility, right? When other currencies have problems, like the yen, that's the orange line. And when people are afraid, the orange line goes up. And when people are afraid in stocks, the purple line goes up. So that means VIX, a measure of fear, can continue to go up. And look what we have, right? We have an up move in fear. We have a reversal yesterday. And now fear can go all the way up to 36 and probably beyond. Well, if fear in stocks can go up, what can happen to crypto? Nothing good. Okay, S&P futures. Short-term chart. So again, the 26th of April, midday. Down all the way back, can't even get to the 38% retracement. So in S&P, they know don't feed the bear. They were selling up here. They were selling. Well, everybody in crypto was like in candlestick paradise. ARK, ARKK, the altcoins of the stock market. If this thing is below 51, you're looking at a give up trade. This bear market in these stocks has been going on for so long, people are going to start capitulating. Okay. If you have a give up trade in the altcoins of the stock market, the altcoins of the cryptocurrency market really haven't gone down yet. More on that in a minute. Coinbase's stock. Oh my God. This is like Galaxy Digital in reverse. Okay. I mean, the next support point in Coinbase's stock is at 103. It's currently at 130. And every time there's a green candle, it gets sold. Sound familiar? Now, to completely pile on, okay, are you ready for this? The Token Metrics All Exchange Index this morning. So like I say, the Token Metrics subscription can pay for itself in 1 day. This morning, after the wild FOMO and everybody declaring a reversal, our AI went to, believe it or not, stocks and oil and cash instead of crypto. So I just got done telling you that stocks are in trouble and our AI would rather be in stocks than crypto. Think about that. Every time this thing goes defensive, where it's stocks and cash, crypto goes, I've seen crypto go down as much as 15%. Total 3, the altcoins of the altcoin market. Total cryptocurrency market cap minus Bitcoin and Ethereum, currently at like 696 billion. The next support is probably 30 or 40 billion lower. So you got 8% downside in big altcoins from where the market is right now. So that's your Solana, your XRP, your Doge, your Cardano, all that stuff. AVAX, Phantom, we'll do the charts in a minute. Okay, here's the daily chart that shows you, hey, it's 8% downside. Now look, folks, I know you don't want to hear this, but total 3 could just be in a range. Let's forget about everything I just said, and this could just be a range. And for total 3 or altcoin market cap, to get to the bottom end of its range, it's got to go down 8%. So if everyone's afraid to be short and everyone just fed the bear yesterday, when everyone's not afraid to be short, it just disappears. Disappears. Because right now, everybody is long. The shorts are out and there's people who are long going, oh no, what do I do? And that's when panic comes in. ETH, yesterday, start, stop. Start, stop. Start, mega squeeze. Get everybody out. A perfect Elliott wave setup for what they call a 3-wave, which is a trend that basically moves straight in one direction, which is what I'm talking about. I'm just talking about panic, and I'm talking about longs liquidating, shorts eventually not being afraid, and then boom. It's clear as can be. By the way, yesterday's rally, 62% back of that Sunday night puke. That Friday, Sunday puke, they took it back 62%, the magic number for people who are new to the stream, and then boom. ETH monthly, okay? It's a DeMark 13 top. If you're new to the stream, Tom DeMark was a quantitative technical analyst, and when his signature indicator flashes either a 13 or a 9, you look for a top or a bottom. Okay, let's talk about Bitcoin 90-minute. I don't even know if this is still good. So 39K is what we call the pivot. If it's above 39K, it's okay. If it's below 39K, it isn't okay. Support is at 36,800 and resistance is at 40. ETH, 29.85 is resistance. Support is at 28.18. Now, on Bitcoin and Ethereum, I would strongly advise you get over to my Twitter. My Twitter is crypto_noble. Of all this work, I actually confirmed it by using a completely different method using the analysis of William Gann. I never talk about my Twitter on the market update. I show it, but I don't talk about it. Today, I would get over there to look at what's going on in Bitcoin and Ethereum. Now, moving to big altcoins, we have Solana. Solana had resistance at 101. Solana went down and reversed, and guess what point it touched? 101. Everyone fed the bear, and it went down. Next level, possibly 60. Avalanche goes down, resistance around 71. What did they do? They fed the bear, also possibly 60. Okay, and that is the market update. Now, let's go to altcoin overtime. ApeCoin. Is ApeCoin the one coin market? Okay, new high yesterday. I don't like the stochastics picture, but I have to laugh at myself and say, I don't think I have done anything right when it comes to ApeCoin. If your ApeCoin strategy was to do the opposite of what I said, then you made tons of money. Wendy O likes this. And she's just like, oh, let it go. There goes ApeCoin. All right. So there's resistance at 1848. The stochastics picture is not good. Now, if ApeCoin can go up, then this is your one coin market. Because I can't believe anything can go up with the way this is. And I personally would not be paying 1848 for ApeCoin, but I have been the reverse indicator of all time. Ref Finance, REF. Now, our little research team that's using the site is very interested in this coin. Okay, this is a part of the Near ecosystem, and this is going to be the DEX that's going to eventually benefit from the release of, I believe it's USN, where you're going to get a stable coin backed by Near staking. 318 is a support level, and if they wick the market down, you may actually get it below 3. Okay, so of all the altcoins that we've been trying to filter through, this has the best token metrics look, and it has a narrative. So what we're doing is we're looking for support. So when they panic, the entry price, okay, yeah, you could say the entry price in Solana is 60, but who's going to listen to you on that? No, nobody. Because if Solana is at 60, no one is going to want to buy, trust me. That is where you probably should buy, but no one will want to buy there. That's the definition of fear and panic, even if you know what the levels are, like yesterday, right? So I'm not a big meanie. I know how to trade bear markets. Yesterday, I said, don't feed the bear. And then I was like beside myself the whole day that I had screwed up, that read was wrong because of how much it went up. So I knew what was going to happen, and I freaked out. And then when panic happens, you'll know what was going to happen. Hopefully, you don't freak out. But my point is, I would rather pick up some of this small stuff on a panic than the big stuff, right? Because I think these narratives, especially if this small stuff doesn't go down as much as the big stuff, that's how you know there's a narrative. So it's like out of the old and find some coins for the new. Now, here is the spreadsheet. So the Token Metrics original spreadsheet for 2017 is being brought back to life. What we're doing is we have an analyst going through the site, and we're looking for surges in the artificial intelligence grade for altcoins. So we want to see something where the AI was like neutral, And then all of a sudden the AI was like, ooh, look at this. Now, one of the most nauseating things is you'll see the second column is mirrored Amazon. The grade for Amazon went up 70% yesterday. So as crypto was FOMOing in, the AI was like, I'm going over to Amazon. Scary. Okay. It liked Google, the grade moved because Doge moved. Now, what's the game here? The game is to try not to have, Doge move and then the grade move. What we want to happen is the grade move and then the coin follows. That's why we're tracking it this way. Okay. Steve J, welcome. You're not late, bro. You're right on time. So that's the first part of altcoin overtime. Now we'll go to the second part of altcoin overtime, right? But I know that the fire of desire to get your altcoin looked at must be unbelievable. So I am here to help you. So welcome everybody who shows up for the second part of the stream, where we look at everything we can for everybody. So the WTF trade, that is the WTF that is going on in your mind, we can perhaps help you with that. Okay. This is a 4-hour chart. I can't even work with 4-hour charts. This market is moving way too fast. Okay, so we have a whole bunch of coins. Let's get to Engine Coin. Okay, well, first let's see what people in the chat are saying. Okay, so we have DeFi Chain, DFI. Okay. Somebody's saying Gari token has been pumping. We'll try to look at that. No one wants to catch a falling knife. Okay. Hello from Bulgaria. No one wants to catch a falling knife. I mean, there's a difference between, yes, and we will look at XCAD because that is in our indices. Okay. And we'll try to take a look at synthetics. So you don't want to catch a falling knife. What you want to do is you want to buy support when everyone's panicking. So trading types, even though we said don't feed the bear, because I'm trying to think 1, 3, 5, 10 days out in the future, or even 1, 3 months out in the future. Okay. Trading types, no doubt, Monday morning, they're like, okay, everyone's panicking, I'll buy. And then on Monday afternoon, they're like, on Monday night, they're like, okay, everyone's FOMOing, I'll sell. That's it. They just find the chart point, panic, buy, FOMO, sell. That's one way to do it. And those people make money until it starts trending lower, until it's like down 4%, but there's no one panicking. And then by the time panic sets in, it's down 20%. So bear markets hurt everybody. Remember that. Okay, let's go. Engine Coin, ENJ. Try to rock these. I will get through this as fast as the computer will let me change the charts. Oh my God, we cannot have this kind of speed today. Okay, here's Engine Coin. Support is at 130, 1.305. So this goes back to fear of being short, right? So here was the 9 top, don't feed the bear. Here was the failed rally over here. Here's don't feed the bear. I mean, look at this. Look at this green God candle at the top. Now it's at support and no one wants to be short. No one wants to sell and no one wants to be short. Okay. So if you love Engine Coin, you can hold it. Okay. If you're worried about Engine Coin, then you need to reduce your position, because if it takes this out, okay, longs will liquidate and shorts will be less afraid than they are right now. That said, again, if it's got a fundamental case and you want to hold it, then hold it. If the support holds, you're good. That's how I would, that is how I'm going to approach everything that's at support. Okay. Now, Phantom, Phantom, I believe I have on my layer 1 page saved because I'm working on this moving average band thing. Okay, so there's a 9 bottom in Phantom. So when there's been a 9 bottom, you've been paid to buy it. And when there's a 9 top, you've been paid to sell it. So here we are at a 9 bottom, and it's below $1. And who wants to be short Phantom below $1? Nobody. Fear of being short. So with the way these 9 tops and bottoms can work, okay, if this thing bounces above $1, it's good. If there's a counter trend rally, which hopefully this little pathetic bounce is not the counter trend rally, but it could be, okay, then you could have, you know, I don't know, 2 or 3 days for this thing to go down to either 90 or 83. So if you got Phantom and you know that you can't tolerate 83 cents, then you need to do something about that, right? Not to be ugly, right? So if it's above $1, it's fine. But if it's not fine, you got to ask yourself, what happens if everybody comes in and liquidates all at once, right? In other words, panic, right? Right now, I'm looking at Bitcoin down 5%, and it hasn't moved since I started talking. It's just like down and sitting there because everyone's afraid to be short. And when everyone's not afraid to be short and the longs start liquidating, so shorts are trying to sell, longs are trying to sell to who? And you're going to see this everywhere, right? IOTA, okay? So support in IOTA at 62 cents. And it breaks it, and now it's trying to get back above it. So did it pay to sell IOTA here? No. Did it pay to sell IOTA here? No, it didn't. So every time it goes down to this level, it does not pay to sell. Now, if you are an IOTA believer, then just leave it, right? You're basically saying, okay, this sucks. It's down, but, you know, I don't know, you know, by the end of today, it'll be a 9 bottom possibly, and we'll see if it goes up. And I'm cool with that. I'm cool with that. But what you need to realize is the support below the market is 54 cents. So entry is either here or at 54 cents. Actually, I hope that does not happen. But I'm bringing this to your attention because I knew every chart was going to look like this because of this fear of being short thing, right? So there's the support point in our weave at 25.87. Okay, 9 top, okay, feed the bear, resistance at 28.48, and immediately gets dropped. And now it's trying to get back above support at 25.87, and nobody in their right mind wants to sell this thing, and I don't know where support is below the market. Right? So you're cheering for our wave to come back above 25.87, thinking that this is overdone. But, you know, that's possible. What I'm trying to get you ready for is if that doesn't happen. Like, in other words, what is your plan? Okay, so synthetics, fascinating, right? So 1 minute it's moving to 660. I don't know. Let's oh, Jesus. Okay, so on this, you know, you have the failed you've got the failed rally, right? Like these things are all in different stages. So I guess in synthetics, the way to do this is to say support is at 568. So there was a lot of FOMO here, and then it comes off. And if it holds 568, it's okay. But again, with synthetics, it is not paid to get short. It is not paid to liquidate. It's paid to hold it. And I don't know, maybe synthetics and DeFi. Now, okay, bear market lesson aside, our little research team is noticing that Token Metrics AI is picking up on DeFi protocols. A lot of the things that are popping to the surface in the small coin arena and even synthetics are DeFi protocols, because people are just trying to get away from inflation and they're trying to find a place to secure their money. Now, that doesn't mean that you want to FOMO into something that's going up. So this is all the lessons it wants, right? No, don't FOMO. Be careful of the failed rally. Okay? Don't feed the bear. Okay? They fed the bear right here. Don't feed the bear. And then when it gets to 575, it's the fear of being short. And as soon as the fear of being short disappears, hopefully this doesn't disappear. Okay, XCAD. Now, I know that on Token Metrics, this is actually showing up. No, I did not do near yet. I'm going to go through all the layer ones in a minute. So I know they're all going to get requested multiple times. I'm going to go through Bitcoin, Ethereum, and all the layer ones as soon as I get done with the initial list. And we're going to try to get everybody in. Okay. So in XCAD, okay, so this is a Token Metrics coin. Obviously, we got a failed rally going on. So right now, it's close to an 8. It's an 8, and there's going to be a 9 bottom. So if this is a good altcoin for the bear market, a new saying we're using, altcoins for the bear market. Like, is there anywhere to hide? Now, normally, that's a trap. But since we've got artificial intelligence and we know that people are looking for DeFi yields or maybe even metaverse plays, we're going to do the best we can to try to find something that goes up when everything's going down. If XCAD holds 377, especially if there's a big panic trade at the end of today, in other words, if equities close, right, and crypto is left to its own devices, that's when crypto could crater. So we're hoping XCAD, even if it goes down, comes back above 377. Okay, let's go to Bitcoin and ETH. Okay, so this is going to be more of like the bigger picture outlook. Okay, so this is the daily, right? We're experimenting with moving average bands. Whoops. Moving average bands. Okay, that have basis in both DeMark and Gann analysis. So there was a moving average that was at 41,000. Also, if you look on my Twitter, there was a Gann line at 41,000. It could not break through that multiple times. Okay, support is at 37,500. Okay, bigger picture, ETH, same deal, right? Massive FOMO right into that center moving average, breaks the support at 28.95. The next level is 27.60. Right now, this is where you got very serious pain going on, right? There was a big point in ETH right around 29.36. This is a daily chart. I mean, I don't have anybody home on this until much lower. Let's just leave it at that. Okay. Now, why would ETH go down? This is the more important topic. And I said this on my Twitter, but the good news about video is that I've got time to explain it. All these protocols that have got NFTs, so money's going to hide in NFTs, and that makes sense because art and stocks are not correlated. But the problem with the NFTs is you got to hedge the price risk. If you've got something that's worth 50 ETH, that's great if ETH is at 3,000 and is stable. But if ETH goes down to 2,500, you just lost money. Your NFT is still priced in ETH, but ETH went down. So I'm concerned, even though ETH's got a good supply situation, about massive hedging of big NFT collections. Okay, so here's near. Oh my God, the pain trade in this. Holy Christ. Right? 1244 is the next level. 1374 was support. Now look, we did a couple of these charts of the small coins where they had these diagonal support points and they were sitting right on top of them, just like near was like 2 hours ago. And then they just kind of gave out. Now I'm hoping 1244 holds in near. Okay, Avalanche. Okay, so this is the same thing, right? Avalanche is at 68. Okay, and let's hope it stays there. Let's hope so. Because if there's going to be a 9 bottom or a puke that's the reverse of this 9 top from yesterday, you know, the bottom is somewhere here. Okay, Solana. All right, so the good news in Solana is that there is support at 95. And it looks like no one wants to be short Solana because it goes down and everyone covers. Like if there was ever example of the fear of being short, this is it. This is it. No one wants to be short Solana, and I get that. I get that. But there was huge resistance at 100 or at 101, and it failed there. So if the shorts get aggressive, you know, there's 3 to 4 more hours of pain in Solana. Okay. Rose. Coinbase listing. Massive FOMO. Boom. Next support in Rose is at 2020. Not good. Okay, let's power through some of these requests. Now, I know you're going to want those bands for your chart. I have to do them kind of custom for each chart and then save it. But we can still work off the DeMark. Okay, Chainlink. When a market starts trending, assuming this is a downtrend, you're going to want to use pivots. So this is another lesson from trending markets. Let's talk about pivots, and Chainlink is a good example. So Chainlink had support at 1282. And then Chainlink broke that support, and now it's kind of trying to rally back towards it. But if it fails, right, it's going to go down. So if it's above 1282, it's good. If it's below 1282, it's not good. Now, people, if Chainlink has got problems, what is going to happen to the rest of this market? Okay, changing the subject from the nausea, let's look at gold. Okay, so gold on an 8-hour chart, right, is at the bottom of its range. So this is an 8-hour chart of gold. I think the scariest thing for gold is if the bond yield takes off again. I mean, that's the risk in gold. The risk in gold is that U.S. interest rates start rising again. But if you wanted to buy the dip in gold, I would not blame you. At some point, gold is going to be a store of value. At some point. Okay. Unfortunately, right now is that you have like destruction. It's just called P&L destruction, right? Like basically over the last 2 days, longs have lost money and shorts have lost money. So I've talked about what works in a bear market, and as you're experiencing, you're like, nothing works in a bear market, and that is the way it is for most people. In bear markets are so horrible that bulls and bears lose money. Okay, Kyber. So we were an advocate of GTFO in this, right? As in take the money. They did a God candle above where we said take the money. All right. And now they're reversing the God candle. So this is just what they call distribution, right? In other words, the people who were long from way back when Token Metrics, this is in the Token Metrics indices, from way back when, Token Metrics has been all over this thing. Just all over. Okay. So support in Kyber is at 514. If you want to be long, there is support there, right? They're just unwinding maybe some excess. We'll see, right? I'm in favor of taking money if you've done trades that worked to rotate into either big coins that get destroyed or small coins that dip that you want to be involved in because they may be like the next big thing. We're trying to find the next Zilliqa. Okay, speaking of Zilliqa, all right, we want to welcome everybody to the stream, right? Because I know that there's probably a lot of people looking for requests. Please hit the like button. I know the market sucks. We get more likes on up days than down days, but we have been all over this move, all over, right? From multiple different angles. Okay, now Zilliqa. Okay, so Zilliqa is breaking down pretty hard. You probably got 3 more hours of pain here. You know, all I can do is tell you that support is at 0.083. You know, this is another example of if you FOMO'd into it, right? If you FOMO'd into it and it didn't work out, right? In other words, we're starting to get into the level where the God candle started. And here was here's the 1 through 9, right? And then here's the countdown phase. We're at a 10. So you could be looking at 3 more down days in Zilliqa. Now, will they be big down days or small down days? I don't know. But again, if everybody who bought this candle or they tried to buy the dip panics, hopefully that does not happen. So let's try to think positive here. Let's see if I can look at okay, so a little bit better news in Zilliqa. 0.0832 is support, and let's leave it at that. Okay, because if that's not support, then there's a problem. Okay, someone's asking for SHIB. I think I saved SHIB and Doge. Nope, I just did SHIB. Okay, so SHIB on a 4-hour chart has hit a 13 bottom. So there's a 9 and a 13 bottom in SHIB. Now, don't laugh. This might be interesting, right? This whole idea of meme coins, something is going to benefit from whatever happened with Twitter. Something's going to benefit. I could have sworn I had Doge ready to go. Let me just see if I can find Doge. I will pull that up. SHIB is interesting. Okay, I did do that. Okay, so SHIB is here. Okay, this is the 90-minute chart. So SHIB's got support at 2274. I'm interested in SHIB. Doge. Oh my God. Now, Doge has got support at 14 cents. Okay, but beware the failed rally, right? Because bag holders exited. Now, I think with this, with Doge, you're going to want to do some Fibonacci retracement work. So if Musk is going to do something with Doge, then Doge should hold this like 14-cent level. Okay, that's let me go over here. Right. So Doge has been wild, obviously. And if Doge is any good, it'll hold 14 cents. Like I'll do the fib retracement on this instead. Now, normally I'd be like, you know what? This doesn't matter. Don't talk to me about meme coins. Okay, this matters now. Okay, if Doge holds, the market's going to hold. If Doge does not hold, with the Musk news, if Doge is no good, believe it or not, you might conclude the market is no good. 62% for Doge is at 14 cents. It's basically right there. 62%, 0.14. Okay. Doge holds good. Doge doesn't hold bad. All right. What else do we got? KAD, the Cadena, our friends in Cadena. Okay, so the 4-hour chart, right? Steady downtrend. Next support, 448. Okay. So I guess the good news is it's just still traveling in this downward sloping channel. There's no sign of a give up trade. Okay. So here's KDA on the daily chart. So in the event that there is a give up trade, it's probably $4 even. Okay. So people are asking about entry points on panic. If there's panic, it's KDA at 4%, at 4%, at 4. Okay. Okay. Someone wants to know what the entry point would be in KNC. Okay. Again, Token Metrics has been all over this. All right. So Kyber on the daily chart does look good. Okay. All right. But do you want to buy this thing? All I can say about this is, do you want to buy this at the top end of the range? Right. In other words, all right. So is Kyber the one coin market? Maybe, but it's paid. So here's Kyber 8-hour, right? 8-hour has been working as a time frame. All right. So Kyber is either going to have support at 5 or at 450. So if you're trying to buy the dip in Kyber, I don't blame you. I think people who have been holding it for a long time, who have a huge amount of money, should exit and trade. But if you're looking to get involved, because this is a steady uptrend, I mean, good luck finding an altcoin that looks like this, other than Kyber and Ape. Okay, QTUM. Okay, let's stick with TradingView because TradingView has been giving us a pretty good read. And I think a lot of the DeMark work is going to look the same. Okay, that said, let's just switch over to here. Got to get off of this. All right, for those now joining the stream, welcome. Welcome. Okay, let's get QTUM going over here on the 90-minute chart. Okay, so here's QTUM. Support is at 605. If support is 605 holds, it's fine. If it doesn't, the fear of being short will disappear and people will start selling. Matic was not done already, which I can do. So for people holding these smaller altcoins, I hope it holds. But no one wants to sell and no one wants to be short, right? So here's a classic example in Matic, right? So Matic makes the 9 bottom and it doesn't really uptick. It's below support at $1.29 and the real support down below is $1.10. Now with Matic, again, because it's been range bound, right? Sometimes it pays to buy the 13 or sometimes it pays to sell the DeMark signals, but there was a 9 bottom here that wasn't a bottom. You know, Matic just kind of waterfalled lower. I think one of the things that I think about when I look at this and I look at the near chart is be careful of consensus longs. Okay. Like Matic is a consensus long. Rune is something that, you know, has been going up for a long time. Okay. It went up, it met resistance, and now every time it goes up, it gets sold. Okay. Casper, I know there are Casper people out there. Okay. Casper at like 0.0728, that was support. So this is a daily chart. This is yesterday. Down, below support, back up. Everything's fine, right? Oh. Okay. Crypto.com. People were asking about this yesterday. Okay. All right. If it doesn't go back above 0.39, the next level could be down at 0.37. Bradford, England is here. Welcome. Okay. Someone wants to know what's going on in GMT. Okay. Actually, let's get over here and look at GMT over here. Okay, here's GMT. Okay, so Steppen, can it go up more? Is Steppen going to join Ape? Is this going to be a short squeeze party? Okay, or is it just trading in an uptrend? You know, it doesn't have to be mega dramatic. If it's going up, then just buy it when it gets to support. So if the whole market craters, you might be able to get GMT at 260. Or if you've been working out and you got a bunch of this token, you know, like so far, the prior high at $3.10 is holding. So, you know, I'm a big fan of taking the money in this environment, right? I can't go through this. Like, I think the PowerPoint for this show is like 40 minutes. I can't go through the PowerPoint for this show and be like, oh yeah, this is, you know, this is up, you know, from 40 cents to $4 and it's fine. It might be, right? But somebody's holding this token from working out, right? People have this token. So this is like fear of profit taking. So I think if you're going to buy Steppen, you buy it lower. If you own it, you want to hodl it, you can do that. But there's a difference in my mind between 310 and 260. But it's in an uptrend. So if it's in an uptrend, stay with the uptrend. For laughs, let's look at where ApeCoin is, right? Here's ApeCoin going back to this on the 4-hour chart. Is it going to pay to buy ApeCoin at $18? Honestly, I don't think so. Okay, Bulgaria is here. Welcome. Okay, any update on Sol? All right, so, you can draw this one way or the other. You got to be careful in these coins about a give up trade, right? In other words, right now, Sol is at, let me just label this for the show, right? Again, it's April 26th, it's midday. So right now, Sol is at 66 cents. And I'm sure that the mark work is going to show the same thing as everything else, just that these like regression bands, okay, if it's above 66 cents, it's okay, right? If it's not, then you're looking at much lower prices. And look at this watch list over here, right? So this is the Token Metrics altcoin watch list. Okay, so we did have like VIDY, okay, which did a really nice pump, right? It's given up. Everybody gave up. The question is, can you get this on a dip, right? Like back here. So VIDY is something that came up on the spreadsheet, okay? But just about everything here is red. I mean, Jesus, near down 7%. I mean, near is taken out on its 8-hour chart. Like it's like if near can't hold this level, I don't know what to tell you about this market. It's really hard to sell near down here. It is, especially since I think people got long this looking for like the God candle on the USN release. So of all the coins that are out there, I have the most trouble being negative on near. All right. Okay. Thank you. Please hit the like button out there. Okay. Litecoin. Let's go back over to DeMark. Okay. Maybe what we can do is we can like do double duty here. I can do trading view for one request and DeMark for another. So QNT 8-hour. Okay. Like I said, look at this band. It's like straight down. Every time it gets to resistance, right? I think with QNT, right, the entry point is 91. The pivot is 100. So the good news for QNT is that it's a payment system and there's support at 100. Okay. So, nobody has wanted to sell QNT below 100. If they do, support's at 91. Again, fear of being short, fear of liquidating. Nobody wants to sell down here, and I understand that. That's fine. You have to have a plan in case that changes, because this is how bear markets F people. Okay, Litecoin. Okay, so the good news about Litecoin is there is support at 100. And people seem to want to grab Litecoin at 100. Okay, so I have a hard time hating Litecoin, so I have to take my own advice, right? If Litecoin's above 100, then maybe we can just chill out. If not, it's going to be a problem. Okay, let's just take a look at Bitcoin quick. Okay, Bitcoin is taking out its mid-level, and I don't, support down here is like 35.7. Okay, we have XBE. Okay, I don't have that over here. Okay, so this is interesting, right? It hasn't done anything. And it looks like there was kind of an epic give up trade here. Let me see if I can stop sharing for just a second and see if I can bring up Token Metrics. And then I'll reshare the screen so we can just take a look at what some of these look like on Token Metrics. Okay. So the grade's kind of low because there's no mo, right? There's no momentum. Okay. So that doesn't mean it's terrible. All right. It is from a momentum point of view, right? The momentum indicators are bearish because it's just kind of dead. But if you think it can wake up, in other words, with a token like this, where people have packed it in, right? The question is, where is the final give up? It's not a good sign that there was this huge green volume thrust and then it just went lower. So if this is a give up trade, you may actually get this lower if people are packing it in. Okay, Cardano and XRP. I think I have a Cardano and XRP page that allows me to go through some of this stuff quicker. I just said quicker, right? This is not quicker. I know. All right. Okay, so 4-hour XRP. So you've got like a warning about volatility on the 4-hour XRP chart. I would guess that means either XRP is going to bottom because you have a 13 bottom, and then we're having kind of a climactic puke. So if you get a climactic puke in XRP, it could be 61 cents. Okay, and you're also approaching a 9 bottom, possibly on the daily chart. Cardano, oh, so painful. Okay, Cardano on the 4-hour chart, probably going to be headed for a 13 bottom. Okay, I don't have the resistance below the market. Okay, in Cardano, I do have support at 78 cents, and there's a trend line at 80. Unfortunately, the trend line did not give us the bump and run we were hoping for. So, in XRP and Cardano, you have to be careful because in Cardano, God, this makes me want to cry. In Cardano, you do have a warning sign here, but the warning seems to be that you could have like 4 more days of this. So if you got 4 more days of this thing puking, 73 cents is possible. Okay. The good news is when Cardano does make these DeMark signals, like when it does move off a 9 or a 13, it's normally been good, but not in this case. So I think with these coins that people are going to like, no matter what they do, okay? So this is XRP weekly, okay? Right now, you've got 4 down weeks. You could have 5 more. So if XRP gets destroyed, it's 41 cents. So if you're looking to buy it, that's where you could buy it. I think it's more likely that what's going on here winds up at least informative. So if this thing is terrible today, there should be a 9 bottom in XRP tomorrow. If there's a 9 bottom, there should be some sort of uptick. If that uptick works and it bottoms, terrific. If it doesn't, you better get out of the way. Okay? There's nothing wrong with XRP except for the fact that it's a cryptocurrency. And every cryptocurrency is not trading well. Because if our indices and token metrics prefer, like I can show you this. Like in bear markets, this is where you make money. The All Exchange Index, oil, Microsoft, Google, Apple, cash. Okay, someone's asking for SLP. Let's get over to SLP. Hey, Rose got listed on Coinbase, SLP. So it got listed on Coinbase. There was a huge pump, and then it ran into a bunch of people feeding the bear. Okay, so if I'm looking, okay, so here's SLP, 13 bottom. This looks like kind of a give up trade. 0.0131 is support. So this actually looks interesting, like people are giving up. And if people are giving up here and there's one final thrust, then whatever this is, the give up trade could end according to the 4-hour DeMark work. Bill, is this sell in late April instead of sell in May and go away? Good question. So, like I said, I would get over to my Twitter. All right. There are some GAN events going on that are notable. And yes, sell in the May timeframe and go away. Because again, look at equities. Right? I mean, equities on a daily chart, right? I mean, this hasn't gone anywhere. Where has this gone? This is the all-time high in equities. Like, let's just do a little quick math here. Equities are only 12% off its all-time high. 12%. I mean, where's Bitcoin? Bitcoin is 42% off its all-time high. So something's wrong, right? Either Bitcoin's got to go up, which is what everyone thought yesterday when they fed the bear, or stocks got to go down. Seriously. I mean, stocks in an environment of out of control inflation and Fed policy error, bond market wreckage, and the currencies of big countries like China, Japan, and Europe crashing. With sell in May and go away and the GAN events on my Twitter. Okay, we did not do Luna. Silly me. All right, let's get some Luna going. We'll get it going from multiple angles because Luna is a big deal, right? Luna is one of these coins where people who like it, they want to stay with it. All right. So we were not fans of Luna at 98, thank God, because there was a 13 top on the 4-hour chart. The support in Luna is at 80, and that looks like the range. Now, if we go to the 90-minute chart, we are smoking so fast. We're just breaking the system here. Okay, let's bring Luna up here. Look at an 8-hour chart. So on TradingView, we're looking at 8 hours. On DeMark, we're looking at 90 minutes. So here's Luna 8-hour chart, right? And there's support at 90, and it has not been paid to be short below 90. It is paid to try to buy every dip. So if Luna breaks 90, it'll go to 66. Let's see what's on the DeMark work. See if we got the Luna chart. Okay. So here it is. It's like everything else, right? Possibly another down move today. No one wants to sell at 88. Like a lot of people wanted to buy at 98, but there was a DeMark 9 top on the 90-minute chart. Now it gets wasted. Now nobody wants to sell. Nobody wants to sell Luna down 8%. But look at this watch list, right? Like look at ref, right? This is ref on an 8-hour chart. Let's bring up a daily. Okay, it's not holding support. So the altcoin that our AI and our analysts like the most is getting hammered and maybe headed for 241. So Luna is not exempt from that. This is the Luna daily chart. So if you want a more realistic support point in this, it might be 78. But I'm telling you right now, if you got the Token Metrics subscription and you wake up tomorrow morning, right? Like I'm telling you right now, I'm going to be up early and I'm going right here. I'm going right here. And if this is stable coins, gold, or stocks, get out. That's it. Because I've seen this, especially I've seen down, down, down. Then I've seen our AI go out, all cash, and then 15% down in one day, which is the AI thinking the same thing as our bear market lesson that we've been doing for the last 3 videos. Right? Somebody lost money today. All right, well, I'm sorry that you lost money. Seriously. I am doing everything I humanly possibly can to keep everybody from getting killed. Because this is the type of a market where you can get killed, because the macro stuff that I talk about, right? No one understands what it's going to do. It's like 2008 all over again. Except now, crypto people are like the little boat floating around in this giant legacy ocean. Okay, audio, right? Traditionally, right, audio goes above $1, looks amazing, and then they sell it again. Might be a token unlock. Support is probably at $1, right? If we're looking at 90-minute charts, probably like, one more thrust down. Let me just check to make sure I'm following Bitcoin. Bitcoin's still down 5%, so we haven't had a ridiculous move. Okay, somebody's looking at Mbox. Our chat's got some jump to it today. We want to welcome everybody who's here on the stream, especially any new people. Okay, so Mbox on the daily chart, 162. Let's go to an 8-hour because that's worked. Right? That's pretty similar. So, a lot of people bought the FOMO on the way up. And this is like the reverse of what we saw a couple days ago. Okay, someone's asking for Monero. Conveniently, I've got that all set up and ready. So we talked about this. Monero had resistance at 280. Okay, I was looking for it to hold 250. There is big support at 230. So if we do a fib retracement on Monero, there's a lot of support at 230. So here's how I would look at Monero. If 230 holds, Monero has been one of these trades like Ape, right? Like Kyber, okay, where it's just been going up. It's in a nice uptrend. So if it stays in a nice uptrend, great. Okay, but if it starts to break all of these support points, then you got a problem. You may not have a huge problem with Monero, right? Unless you FOMO'd in above 250. But if the best stuff breaks down, that's how you know out. Now, somewhere in the market, crypto is a little bit different, okay, in that there can be these one coin markets. It could be Monero, it could be Ape, it could be Steppen, right? Like Kyber, Maple. We'll see. When is the Bitcoin bottom? Okay, someone's looking for band. Okay, let me answer that question. So the Bitcoin bottom comes when you have panic, right? So band has got resistance at 335. So this is band 8-hour. Okay. And unfortunately, right, many altcoins look like this, right? It's like sticking, it's like grinding lower, but it's stuck to this middle line. And if people freak out, you could be looking at 267. Now, when does Bitcoin bottom? Let's go back to Bitcoin. So, all right, let's like switch gears and say, when should Bitcoin stop going down? Right? The answer to when Bitcoin starts going down, when it should stop, right? This is an 8-hour chart. So there's a Gann event on the 25th, and you have month end. So this is where people might say, all right, I'm going to buy some Bitcoin, or I'm going to hedge my Bitcoin. I saw some stuff going around on crypto Twitter talking about Michael Saylor possibly selling. Now, that was total BS. That was unfounded. But there are people out there that may have to hedge. And you will know when hedges come in. Panic hedging, okay, meaning you own the physical Bitcoin and then you short a derivative against it. Hedging can be very difficult. All the people who were buying yesterday, all the people who sold Sunday night to try to hedge their position. Hence the famous Wall Street saying, hedges are something that little doggies pee on. Because frequently, hedgers sell after it's gone down, which may happen in Bitcoin. Okay? So when the ultimate Bitcoin bottom, let me see if I have that chart. I think the ultimate Bitcoin bottom is in August. Almost there. Okay, watch out, going white. Okay, so I drew this on a different chart. So this is Bitcoin weekly, and I drew it on the old BitMEX. I didn't switch this yet. Now, what I did here was we're looking at 20, and we're also looking at 28. Okay, going back to dark mode. Boom. Okay. So on Bitcoin weekly, you could have a bottom. I don't know. You could have it. Okay, you have sell in May and go away. So you could have it in June or July, like last time, right? The initial bottom was in June, right? And then it bottomed in July, or it's August and October. Now, I know this looks like I'm picking on Bitcoin, but honestly, if you have risky assets and stocks and all that inflation and Fed and interest rate fear, that is not going to get worked through the market in a week. It's not. It's going to take months for that to play out, right? Like rates have to rise somehow. Either the Fed does it or the bond market does it, right? People get liquidated in risky assets, ARK and altcoins, right? And then when all else fails, everybody will probably sell S&P to try to protect themselves. So the question isn't when is the Bitcoin bottom? The question is, where will Bitcoin be when legacy gets it out of its system? When frankly, legacy just pukes after 12 or 15 years of gorging itself on printed money. Okay, VRA. Like we got a VRA person coming in checking this every day, no problem. Okay, and then there's Gary. Okay, so Gary was in a nice uptrend and then it broke down. All right. And you're like, no shit, dude, I own it. Okay, I understand. So let's go to an 8-hour chart, see what else we can get. Okay, so this is a better read. So in coins that have had these uptrends, all right, it's paid to buy them either at like mid support, which is 0.47, right? Or maybe if you get lucky and you get it at 0.36. Okay, let's draw the fib numbers here. So the juicy level in Gary is the 62% at 41 cents. That's how I would do it. In other words, if you're looking to buy the dip, you don't know that you have to be in some big hurry. Okay. Did VRA come up over here? Yes. All right. So we talked about this yesterday and today, right? Nobody wants to sell VRA down near its lows. Nobody wants to sell it near its lows. No one wants to be short. You know, the thing I didn't tell you about bear markets is just literally how freaking painful it is. So VRA has been in a clean downtrend, right? 0.0143. Now, if the market does recover, VRA has been sort of holding this downward sloping line, which is probably right about at 0.0175. So if veracity kind of like just hugs this line, then maybe it's okay. Because again, who wants to sell it down here? Nobody. It's bottomed here like 3 times. So if no one sells it down here, it's fine, right? But if everyone gives up all at once and you go for this panic thrust, then you just need to know where your level is and where it is in your coin. Okay. So with that said, right, I got to wrap it up here. Definitely, I'm going to try to get Wave as the last one. Definitely appreciate everybody showing up. Please hit the like button on the way out. Now, it goes without saying, okay, so I'm not getting this up here. Let's go to Token Metrics. Okay, let's look at waves over here. This is just faster. Okay, so this was a huge moonshot, and then it collapsed, right? There's a gap at 15. This is an example of all the way up, all the way back down. We've seen this everywhere. The stuff that performed the best is the stuff that people sell. Okay. So a bit of good news here. So like I said, there was a gap at 15. Here's the 13 bottom, and then here's the corresponding 9 bottom. So it's now or never for this thing, right? It's essentially unwound it all. So if you bought it up here and you're hosed, you can try to take the loss, or you can wait to see if it holds 14.5, right? You know, the Token Metrics grades are pretty bad, but, you know, they're close to zero. 1469 is a level that I would do. Okay. Wookie says QQQ is doing a retest. Okay. Can't resist looking at legacy. Let's take a look at what QQQ is doing. So this is your 8-hour chart of QQQ. Let's do a 4-hour because that works better in stocks. They don't trade 24 hours a day. Okay, so QQQ, 4-hour. Ending with stocks. Nobody home here, in my opinion, until 300. It's currently at 320. And just get one more line in here because this is going to matter for crypto. Why? Because this is Web 2. Okay? So Web 2, it breaks these support points. It tries to come back and it just can't. It just can't. Right? And then if everyone just throws in the towel, 300 seems like a logical level along with 4,000 in S&P. Okay? All right, guys. That's it. That's it for today. We're out of gas. So let's review. Stage 1, watch the failed rally. Stage 2, right? Don't feed the bear. Stage 3, fear of being short or liquidating at support. Stage 4, panic. Okay? You got to evaluate risk now, right? I was telling you evaluate risk on green day. Yesterday could be your last green day for a while unless something happens to save the market. Okay? You got to be careful of crypto after equities close today. It's the 26th. Please be careful, right? If you believe in your coins, great. My personal favorite is to get out of stuff that doesn't work, park money in Bitcoin, Ethereum, or stable coins, and try to buy the dip in stuff that's either in an uptrend or in a small coin that you think that's got a future. For small coins you think you have a future, come back here for altcoin overtime or get yourself a subscription to tokenmetrics.com. We have a warning sign index, which I will be checking first thing tomorrow morning, right? The final word is right here. The all exchange index. How will you know whether there's panic? If this is stocks, cash, and gold, every day that it's stocks, cash, and gold, crypto can go down. And particularly when it goes to cash and gold, that's when you have to worry about panic. Okay? I forgot to share the screen. Okay? Token Metrics, all exchange index. This is the panic meter. If it's in cash or gold, right? Sometimes the market will go down, down. The all exchange index will go to cash and gold, and then the final big move happens. All right? So protect yourself. Do the best you can. Stay tuned here with us. This is Bill Noble, your host for the Market Update. I will see you tomorrow.